everybody. This is Judy Thompson with Ava, and we wanted to put together a quick presentation about creating an abstract for conference. Also, we're going to give you a little bit of an overview of what the review process looks like so you can have a better understanding and a better chance of your abstract being accepted. So this year, our meeting is in Grapevine, Texas. We're very excited about that. The last day that you can put in an abstract for consideration for next year's conference is January 4th. I highly recommend you don't wait till the last day. If you wait till the last day, first of all, they're time stamped when they come in. And if it looks rushed and it's from the last day, it just doesn't look as good for you. So what are the most important components for your abstract? I would go with title, super important, your purpose and goal of why you're presenting, and the content description. These are things that you will be judged on in the rubric. And we have a standardized rubric we work from. I'll go over that here in a moment. So your title should be a little bit snappy, catchy, descriptive. It can't be so vague and out there that we don't know what your presentation's about. That's one of the questions on the rubric that we are asked to judge you on. So make sure it's clear. These are a couple titles that have come in before. Though they might not be super catchy, they're very descriptive. These are some of the titles that were accepted. Preventing and treating catheter occlusion. Why, what, and how. They're descriptive. They let you know what you're going to hear. This is an actual screenshot from the abstract portal. You have many tracks you can add from. I don't know it makes a whole lot of difference, honestly. So whatever makes the most sense for your abstract, it will not have a determination whether or not you're accepted. But do choose a track and a secondary topic. Has the presentation been given before? That's an important topic. That if it's been given before and it was just given at another conference, or if it was given at AVA last year, you can still give it, but what's going to be the difference between when you gave it previously and when you're going to give it at this year's conference? So make sure we know the difference in that. And what is your level of experience for the target audience? Again, that won't have a bearing on whether or not it's accepted. It's just good information that we share with the attendees. Your purpose and goal. You have 250 characters to use. Use them wisely. You want to make sure that the information you provide gives us a clear picture. This is a purpose goal statement from a previous presentation that was accepted. It's really clear. They want to increase the clinician or provider's knowledge of relevant anatomical structures of the more common sites of insertion for central lines in the neck and chest. Now, their ultimate goal of this presentation is to reduce eratogenic injury. I think this is a very clear, succinct purpose and goal statement. Your target audience. Again, this will not win or lose the battle of getting a good score. Prerequisite, that is in the same boat. Purpose and goal, again, we spoke about that. You need to write a good purpose and goal statement. Content description is where you're going to win or lose the battle. You have 1,000 characters. It should be descriptive. Now, I want you to remember that the reviewers cannot read your thoughts. We don't know what you're thinking. We don't know the details that you're going to be putting into this. So write it up, and before you submit, send your abstract to someone that doesn't know what you're going to talk about, a friend, a colleague, a spouse, and ask them to tell you what they think that you're going to present about. And then consider running it through AI. Go ahead and use AI, but make the content or make it your own. So here is a few descriptions that were good. Now, again, I'm using the same one before from the CIC abstract. But why do I want to hear this presentation? What am I going to learn? Is this unique? Does it sound interesting? Offer details. And if you have enough information, add the additional text that you were given. This was a 300-word description that I just threw in AI about renal disease and vascular access. It's pretty good. Now, you would want to take it and make it your own and make it into the presentation, but it's a pretty good description. So consider using AI. It'll help. When you're writing your description, restrict the use of extreme words like never or always. And don't make assumptions. And you don't know who's going to be reviewing your abstract. Make sure that the statements you say won't be insulting. So your content description, again, 1,000 words, or characters, I should say. And then you get another 2,000 additional characters you can use in additional text. You want to make sure that we, as reviewers, understand what you want to tell us. This is the place where you do not want to rush. This is the bread and butter. This is where all the money is as far as what your score is going to be as we review your abstract. So I want to talk about the review process itself. Once the submission date closes, again, this year it's on January 4th, all the abstracts are taken by another company and they blind them. They make sure that the submitter's name is not on it anywhere, or any identifying features that could tell us, hey, that one came from whomever that works at fill in the blank, dot, 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 something of that nature. Each abstract is reviewed by 3 different reviewers independently. We have the option of accepting, rejecting, or saying maybe. We also are encouraged to write reviewer notes on each presentation or each abstract we review. And the score is automatically calculated based on the standardized rubric that we use for these submissions. Just remember, the higher your score, the higher chance you have of being accepted. So these are a couple of screenshots from prior submission. What the little red box came down to is what the total score was. So you see the comments. It's potentially great info, or I love this topic. We need to know more. Maybe it's a general session, or instead of a general, maybe it's a 60-minute presentation. So you'll see in the score box, we have 3 accepts and a total score of 101. Now, on this topic, it was the comments again are great, but we have an even higher score of 105.3. And the comments are very positive. So I think this is the type of review that you're looking for. Now, this is a rejection. It was 2 rejects and a maybe, and their total score was a 61. The reviewer comments it was vague. It was given at a previous conference, and they didn't tell us what the difference was going to be in this presentation versus the last. So abstracts are sorted by scoring. After we've gone through the blinded abstracts, they're sorted from high to low. So we get a list of everything from a score of 110 to a score of 3, basically. And that's pretty extreme. It's kind of like pH. But after the scoring's complete, the submissions are unblinded. The D team members are assigned to interview some of the potential speakers, especially if they're new, or we have had some comments like, I need some clarification here, or we're concerned about bias, and we want to speak to the speaker about that. After all that is done, and we've written notes on all the interviews that we've done, the D team meets and discusses the submissions to fill the conference schedule. So we have only so many spots, usually in the range of 30. We discuss each submission in order of high to low score until we fill the conference numbers. So each reviewer maybe ask questions about their review of that conference or that abstract. So that is it for the review process and submitting an abstract. I hope this helps. If you have any questions, you're welcome to give us a call or an email at avaed@avainfo.org. And I wish you the very best. And I look forward to seeing you at conference, either on the stage or in the audience. Thanks so much.